breaking news alerts, overnight news, plus weather and traffic every 10 minutes. CBS 47 on your side this morning begins with breaking news.
Good morning again, everyone. I'm Zara Arboleta. It is Friday morning, 6:31. We do begin with breaking news. The judge in Pretoria, South Africa, he's actually called a magistrate down there, in the Oscar Pistorius case, has granted bail to the Olympian. This is a live look at the courthouse. You can see there are so many people camped out, many people showing their support for him. He is very popular in that country. Reporters who are stationed there say that it's unprecedented how popular he is. Others, of course, are against him being released on bail. Pistorius will face trial in a few months for the shooting death of his girlfriend, Riva Steenkamp. The bail hearing began 2 hours ago. It took 2 hours for the magistrate to declare his ruling. Again, bail has been granted for Oscar Pistorius. That means as soon as he posts the money for it, he will be released. No word where he's going to go, but obviously he cannot leave the country. Much more on this story on CBS this morning as we take one more look at the live pictures outside that Pretoria, South Africa courthouse. Let's take a live look right now at your CBS 47 Fresno Skyview camera. Jenny's standing by with a look at your forecast. Good morning again.
Good morning, and a beautiful sunrise there. A couple clouds left over the mountains always makes for a beautiful sunrise, and warmer weather is on the way. So happy Friday, everybody. Temperatures will continue to climb, but starting out chilly again this morning. Let's take a look at our live pinpoint Doppler, and you can see frost advisory until 9 o'clock issued by the National Weather Service. So you do want to protect your sensitive pets and plants. It's cold in Lemoore, down to 29 there, 32 in Tulare, 33 in Hanford and Dinuba, 40 in Fresno, though, with mid-upper 30s in the North Valley. And we'll warm up slowly today. Mid-40s at 8 o'clock, low 50s by 10. We'll be in the mid-50s at noon with 60 for your high today, and more warming on the way for the weekend. We'll check out that in your travel forecast in a couple minutes.
In Washington this morning, lawmakers have just 1 week left to strike a deal on automatic spending cuts. Susan McGinnis takes a look at what might happen if nothing gets done.
With Congress out of town, President Obama called Republican leaders Thursday to talk about the sequester. It's the first time the three men have talked since the start of the year.
Both sides, I think, aren't really making a move, and both sides, I think, look bad in the process.
Both sides look bad to Seaside Heights, New Jersey Mayor Bill Akers.
You're always nervous the way these guys do business.
He's trying to get his town ready for the coming summer tourist season after Hurricane Sandy devastated the resort town. And now it faces another blow, this one from Washington. The budget cuts called sequestration could result in a drop in Sandy-related assistance.
Where do I have to cut the service? Is it going to be in protection? Is it going to be in garbage pickup? Is it going to be in maybe we don't do a road this year? Where's it end?
From the Jersey Shore to Alaska, the cuts that originate here in Washington will be felt across the country.
The parks are economic engines throughout much of our country.
Tom Kiernan is a head lobbyist for America's national parks. The Park Service will also see budget cuts starting March 1st.
You better believe there are going to be fewer visitors, unfortunately, going to the bed and breakfast near the park, or going to the restaurant, or staying in the hotels.
And those that do show up may have a less majestic view of places like Yosemite and the Grand Canyon.
The bathrooms will probably not be cleaned as often. The trash will not be picked up as often.
Washington has 1 week to pick up its own mess. In Washington, Susan McGinnis, CBS News.
And let's take a look at Wall Street this morning. The Dow off to a good start today. It is up 62 points after 5 minutes of trading. Another sentencing delay for a convicted rapist accused of disappearing during his trial. Spencer Scarber was tracked down in Acapulco, Mexico last week. Sentencing was delayed in the Fresno County courts, though, because his defense attorneys filed a motion for a new trial.
This case has a very specific, unique issue dealing with it. It's going to be an uphill battle in the sense that the court's made a finding of voluntary absence.
Scarber heads back to court April 12th. His parents and his sister were all arrested last week. They did post bail and are out. They're all accused of helping him escape. By the way, his dad, Kyle Scarber, is an assistant chief with the CHP and is currently on leave. This morning, police are still looking for the gunman who shut down the Las Vegas Strip. We followed the story live yesterday morning. Someone in an SUV shot and killed the driver of a Maserati. That sports car then plowed into a taxi that burst into flames, along with 2 other cars. The taxi driver and a passenger both died. And we now know the name of the man who was driving the Maserati. Kenneth Cherry Jr. is also known as the rapper Kenny Clutch. Investigators, though, still don't know what led to that shooting. Back in Fresno, police have released surveillance pictures of a man believed to have robbed the AutoZone in Fresno. Here's a look at the accused gunman. This happened at Blackstone and Clinton. Again, that's his picture. If you know where he might be, please call police. We're on your side with a new federal study that shows this season's flu vaccine isn't doing a whole lot to protect the elderly. It was just 9% effective in senior citizens in protecting them against the most common and dangerous bug. But overall, it was 56% effective for all age groups. Fresno County Health Department says that the protection of the vaccine does decrease as we get older.
So this was a tougher year, in a sense, for a great protection from the vaccine. However, it's still the best tool. You know, there's really still no better tool than in protecting from influenza or severe complications from influenza.
Experts say the findings released yesterday do highlight the need for a better vaccine. 6:37, 39 degrees. The boys are back, but are they coming to Fresno? 98 degrees. NKOTB, all going on tour.
And I'm Mike Scott at San Joaquin Memorial, this week's Cool School. You're going to meet a couple of students here, both members of the National Honor Society and both recently back from international adventures.
And some of our favorite food trucks, including Benediction, are taking part in a taste test. They're creating recipes using Modelo Light beer, which is launching nationally here in Fresno. James Caples will share his beer-infused caramel topping for that dessert coming up. And here's a live look at your Fresno Skyview camera. What a pretty picture. Jenny has your local forecast and a look at traffic next.
Only on CBS This Morning, the former San Diego mayor who gambled away a fortune. She explains how she won and lost more than $1 billion. Plus, fish fraud revealed across the country. What can be done to make sure you get what you order? We'll see you right at 7.